All right. Y'all come on in here. This is your boy KQKC Boxing Network. And baby, when I say work, man, we are working. We are doing our thing. Oh, wow. And I mean that too. Man. Yes, sir. All right. I know Trill is still on, but that's okay. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. It's hot outside, but that's okay. And I got my homeboy with me today, and we all know who he is, and that's Fred Hawthorne, my brother. Yes, sir. He will be talking about the 9 wives, and that is from Barbershop Conversations. And yes, we are going to go into the fight. All right. Yes, we are going to the fight. We're going over to ESPN Plus. I will call that fight. Colin is up. He's up for the super bantamweight, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So that's one of those fights that they let their hands go, if you know what I mean. All right. Salute, Sir Flame. Salute, Zulu Lion, my guy. All right. Yes, sir. And we're going to check out the fight tomorrow. All right. They're going to be doing the day too. That's right. That's on the zone. In the zone, we got Kid Gallahan. Baby, we're going for a rematch with Dickens. Yes, sir. That's going to be a fight. So that's going to be a fight today. All right. Right after this live stream. Oh, yes, sir. Fred, we're going to talk about his new movie. We're going to talk about boxing and whatever he wants. All right. That's what we're going to talk about. All right. And we're going to talk about how Paradigm or whatever the motherfucking name is. They're trying to stop the fight. They're trying to stop the fight with they're trying to stop the fight with Manny and Earl Spence. All right. So y'all just come on in and hit the like button. Because we got Fred from Barbershop Conversations. And like I say, he's my friend. I like him. I like what he's doing. And yes, sir. I will be doing that too, Rick. All right. So I like what Fred is doing. Fred, and like I say, what he's doing, he's out there in front and he's making everyone aware. Things that's not in the history books, things that they're not teaching our kids. All right. So with further ado, all right, I give to you and I present to others. All right. None other than Fred Hawthorne from Barbershop Conversations.
What's up, KQKC, man? KQKC.
What's up?
What's popping, big homie? What's popping, big homie?
Man,
Thank you for offering your platform, man. I feel cool, man, being on your platform, man. I really do, man. I feel cool. Yeah, man. Don't go off on me, though. Please don't go off on me. Yeah, man.
I know I will never do a brother like that, man.
Oh, man. I totally appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me on your platform, man. And
yeah, I appreciate that, man.
I've seen the growth. I've seen the growth, man. You're astounding now, for sure.
I'm growing and I appreciate it. I'm gonna holler at a few people that just came in. Yeah. I know Trill is still on. All right, we got Alan Cummins in here. We got Ricky E245. We got Zulu Lion up in here. We got Sir Flame up in here. Mike 202. Yes, sir. We got him up in here. And we got Money Brown TV. Is up in here. We got Sir Flame is up in here. We got Mr. Lightning World is up in here. Yes, sir. We got Alvin Davis is up in here. Make sure y'all hit the like button too. All right. I know they just coming in. And I know Trill might still be on. Ray Patterson is up in here. Underground Asylum is up in here. All right. Okay. We go ahead and get it unrolling. All right. Because I know a fight is coming on it too. And I will be calling that fight. I mean, 2 o'clock. I'll be calling that fight. Okay. So, Fred.
Yes.
Yes, sir. You're doing a great job, man.
Thank you.
9 wives, man. I mean, tickets are selling. And if you haven't got your tickets, all right, make sure you go get them. You got to get them, man. All right. Because you're going to hear some things in this movie or documentary that you didn't know about.
Right.
You know, I mean, sure. I know what you read. I know what I read. But do you know the inside of
Right.
what's been going on in the Nation of Islam?
Right.
And Fred, he's a student of the Nation of Islam. Actually, I sit here in Chicago, where the head of the Mosque Moran is the head of all mosques in the country, and that's under the tutelage of Louis Farrakhan. But right now, we're going a little bit farther back. So, Fred, this is what I want to ask you. What
Yes.
made you just want to do this documentary?
I never February 21st, 1965 never sat well with me, as it
Okay.
pertains to the ending of Malcolm X's life and his murder. And the more I read, the more engaged, the more elevated my learning, I realized it was more to it than just, he was just assassinated by J. Edgar Hoover's guys, And the more I researched, the more I realized it was more intrusive than that. It was 5 black men from Mosque 25 that actually murdered, that set up the plot to murder Malcolm X. And when you come to that realization, when you realize a group of black men killed Malcolm X in front of his 4 daughters, 2 in the womb, and his wife, it ultimately just like empties you, and you become like a truth seeker. And so I've been on this journey for a long time, man. I mean, probably 20 years, because if you've known me any part of my life, you've known I've because I always like listen to Malcolm X, and it's grown and grown and grown. And as you grow in your masculinity, you organically look at men who you deem as masculine as a source of masculinity. And Malcolm X is one of those for me. My grandfather is as well, and so quarantine hit, and I'm like, man, no boxing. And I just got inspired. One day. And what ultimately inspired me was because I live in Los Angeles, Nipsey Hussle was taken away from us, and so was Kobe. And a sense of anxiousness overcame me. And I told myself, Fred, get this stuff out. Go get your truth, your passion, what you believe in, and invest in that. And ultimately, that's what I did. And now, in about an hour, it goes live. I just got the final copy about 5 o'clock this morning, and it goes live. So I just can't wait for the world to see it. And it's a powerful piece about Elijah Muhammad and the side of Elijah Muhammad that the Nation of Islam don't really want you to know, and what was one of the linchpins in the murder of Malcolm X. And I believe the immorality of Elijah Muhammad and his deceitfulness and his cunningness and how he spoke, which inspired a group of men to drop a play down on Malcolm X with the opening the passageway of the government and the police department. They cleared the path for them, and they went in there and murdered Malcolm X, is what I believe. And this tale tells a story about the immorality of Elijah Muhammad, which he lied and said that he did not do such things. And now we know in 2021 that he's had at least 9 women pregnant and well over 20 kids, and 8 by his original wife. So that means at least 15 to 17 by other women. And yes.
I don't mean to interrupt, but see, these are things that you just mentioned that the history books don't teach us. Word of mouth don't teach us. Louis Farrakhan don't teach us, because he tells a different story. We have a big Muslim following here in Chicago, and everything is pretty much not all the way true, right? Like the good things of Malcolm X, the good things that he wanted to do against the people, but the problem he was having was inside his own, let's say, congregation, that Baptist people would say. You see, and you got some that was true followers. You got some that was just like boxing, fanboys, and the fanboys would do anything for Elijah Muhammad. Right, like saying he a man though. But when you say one thing and do another, you got to be true. You got to preach one way and act that way, you know, and that's the thing that we're missing.
Right.
That's the thing that we're missing, and the things that you, as an author and a writer and a producer, is going to show us,
right,
enlighten us,
right,
and I think it's a good thing that our children should see that. You know,
right.
it's a good thing that everybody should watch it. You know, it doesn't matter what color you are. I think you ought to need to know the truth.
Right.
You know, so but like I said, I don't want you to give the movie too much away, the documentary too much away. But you know, I like the powerful story of Elijah Muhammad, how Malcolm X had pretty much rose out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
Now they had that right, you know, and how he was a hustler, like many of us have done a lot of bad things, you know, or things that wasn't lawful, and how we turned our life around.
Right.
And how hard it is. And he turned his life around like 120%.
Right.
You know, he was true to what he was doing.
Right.
You know, and now people, now the only thing that I didn't understand, yeah, he knew about the infidelities and things like that. But why did he, okay, he can leave. There's no problem with that. He left the Nation of Islam and started his own.
Mm-hmm.
I get that, right? But why did they have to kill him? Why? You think he was going to just, I mean, I don't want you to say, tell anything, but I want you to keep us in suspense. But, they didn't have to kill him because, he went on and did his own thing. Mm-hmm. You see?
Right.
He went on and did his own thing, but I think he still knew too much.
Oh, yeah, he's a second in command.
Right. He was second in command. They silenced him. That he couldn't speak, and no mosque. So they silent, and and he didn't take kindly to when he well, I'm going by what I saw on TV. All right. So we all know that is Hollywood. We know that Hollywood, we know what comes with being an actor in Hollywood. You do as I say, so pretty much. But they were saying, well, they portrayed that Elijah Muhammad silenced him because he didn't want him out there saying, wait a minute, Elijah Muhammad was just pretty much lying to y'all. He said one thing, but he's sitting up there, doing one thing. And I talked to one of the ladies, and I have seen one of his children, and she had been put in isolation. See, Muslims are very strict of the Holy Quran, and the Nation of Islam is pretty much a black Muslims. For people that don't know, but they wasn't truly following it. Just like your Baptist churches. You hallelujah all you want to on Sundays. Then on Mondays and Tuesdays, you getting your freak on. Right. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. But I mean, tell us some more. The trip to Chicago.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I actually came to Chicago. I actually leaned on you for information. I haven't been in Chicago in quite some time, so I was like, KQKC, Stormy B, man, I need you. Give me some advice, where to go, where to be, where to go. So I got my hotel, and that trip was very important to the project because I actually had a chance to spend 12 hours with the National Secretary of the Nation of Islam in the 60s, from 1960 to basically 1970, and he was the man that gave the speech. That gave the speech to the world that said Malcolm X has been officially suspended from the Nation of Islam, and his name is John Ali. He was the national secretary, and I spent 12 hours with the man, and I asked him everything I possibly could, and it was a profound moment. And just to use a quote from him, I asked him. I asked him about the kids. He said yes, he had multiple kids outside of Claire Muhammad. And then I said, how many secretaries did he have? And to quote John Ali, he says he had too many to count on the third floor. End of quote. Wow. So with that being said, and it being 2021, it's just important that we put all the cards face up. If you play dominoes, put the dominoes face up, and just let the story be what it is. The Nation of Islam tells a 180 story. And I think just the whole story needs to be told. I'm not here. I have no desire to take down the Nation of Islam. I want to tell the truth because he has a lot of disciples coming out here saying Malcolm was a hypocrite. He betrayed Elijah Muhammad. But let me tell you this. In 1963, fortunately enough, I was able to interview 3 people, including John Ali, who was present when Malcolm X and his wife, Dr. Betty Shabazz, went to Chicago to talk to Elijah Muhammad about the wives. The other person, and you're going to find out the third person, which is so important to the project and the film, but the second person is Muhammad Ali's wife, Khalila Ali. She was there. She actually took Malcolm X's coat that evening, that day. And then she went into the room. Malcolm X went into the room and they had the conversation. And she came out and said, she said that conversation took the life out of Malcolm X. She was present. She's in the foyer area talking to Dr. Betty Shabazz. And since then, they've had a relationship, because I think Khalil Ali was like 12, 13, or 14 years old, because the students of Islam, the University of Islam, a handful of them gets to work inside the big house. It's a 19-room mansion, and they get to work and serve. And so with that being said, she developed a weekly relationship with Dr. Betty Shabazz until she passed. They would talk every Wednesday, and she always believed, Dr. Betty Shabazz, that Elijah Muhammad had something to do with the murder of her husband, Malcolm X. But as I digress with what I want to say, Farrakhan said that he always says his Trump speech is he betrayed his teacher. Who were you to go to them? And he's talking about white media, white people, but Nation of Islam gets government contracts. Mm-hmm. When Louis Farrakhan wanted to rebuild the nation, he went to Donahue. He went to white media. He still goes on white media. He complains to Facebook why he's getting banned. He complained. So at the end of the day, he's a hypocrite for saying that. And 2, if everybody knew in 1963, 64, it wasn't a secret. It was that Elijah Muhammad was having kids. It wasn't a secret. So Farrakhan tells a story about 1963. He goes to Queens, 2711th 97th Street, and he has a conversation with Malcolm X and Betty Shabazz. Dr. Betty Shabazz comes home and serves him bean soup, and they have a conversation. And Malcolm X drives him to the airport, which is basically across the street, LaGuardia Airport, from how you can actually see the airport from Malcolm X's home. And he says, don't do nothing until I get to Chicago. But the point I'm saying is, if he betrayed the teacher and Malcolm X knew that he had these kids outside of wedlock and young teenagers, Louis Farrakhan knew, how did he betray his teacher? Farrakhan turned his back on the truth to be in a position of power in the Nation of Islam. That's what history tells us to today. It's no lie. I'm not lying, but they've manipulated the story. They've had a 55-year head start on me. So they've manipulated the story. And now people are saying, oh, Malcolm betrayed Elijah Muhammad. No, Malcolm called Elijah Muhammad, sent letters to Elijah Muhammad, went to Elijah Muhammad, and his moral compass wouldn't let him sit or stand beside a man that was sleeping with underage girls. Keep in mind, Malcolm X is the father of 6 daughters.
Right.
Why would he want to sit alongside a man that's preaching God, saying he's the last messenger of God? Well, if he's the last messenger of God, he's the last messenger of masculinity. He's the last messenger of manhood. He's the last messenger of fatherhood. You get what I'm saying? Morality.
Right.
But he is none of that. So now the question is, Farrakhan betrayed Malcolm X, same way he betrayed Khalid Muhammad. You get what I'm saying? So history repeats itself for the sake of power.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep, exactly. Yeah, Farrakhan, he's a big figure here in Chicago. He's right down, like I was telling you. You got Muhammad Ali, Barack Obama, and Louis Farrakhan.
Right.
They within a 4-block radius of where they live at.
Right. You told me.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a well-to-do black neighborhood, Hyde Park. Yeah. So, but the story, I don't want to get too much into the argument because it's coming out in what 1 hour, right?
It's shipped. Yeah, I'm literally the web designer just hit me. Okay, she got it, and now she's about to upload it. It took all day to render it yesterday, and you guys just go to my Instagram. You guys see it on the screen. Silent Heroes, SILENTHEROS. Feel free to go there and click the link in my bio, and it'll be all yours. And it's $5.19 because Malcolm X was born May 19th. So this month in the 19th day. So I stayed alkaline in this project. My money is the only money that touched this project. You know, I had a great team, had special people working with me, for me, and I'm grateful that this project is coming out today. It's coming out today, man. You have no idea.
Man, I'm so glad, man, for you, man. I really am. I like to see Black men grow. And you've been growing, man, since I started doing this. You've been growing, and you've been giving me great advice, and I've been taking that advice. That's one thing about it. I listens. You know, it don't hurt to listen. Right. It's up to you if you want to take that advice. Right. You know, so I mean, I appreciate everything you've been doing in the sport community, and now you're giving us a little history, a little truth,
right,
of history. Right. And nobody we're winning. We're winning. Yeah, we're winning. We're winning because now, and I don't know who or who it might be, but somebody's going to see that, and that's going to take off.
Right.
And that's what we want to do. We want to start rewriting history, rewriting it the correct way. We want to rewrite history where we as a people have done a lot of good things that's not in the history books. I'm talking about things that everyday life that we use. You got a lot of Black industrial makers out there. But hey, I salute you, man. I really salute you, man. And for you to spend your own money, your hard-earned money, with the ideas. Flying to Chicago and back, doing the research, doing the groundwork. Right. Most producers, everything, you got people to do that for you. Right. But you took it upon yourself and you did it yourself. Right. You took it out your schedule. You got a family. You got kids. You took time out being a father, husband, to put this out so we can have the knowledge and understanding exactly what really happened. Right. To one of the greatest Black men that turned their life around and gave it to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Allah. But come to find out, sometimes things ain't cracked up like it should be. So what he did was he found out that, hey, first of all, what he was given, it wasn't the truth. He was giving half truth, because you remember, it was not only Black Muslims, it was white Muslims. It was white Muslims with blue eyes, and he went to Mecca, and I believe his sister paid for that trip.
Yeah. Ella, his sister Ella.
Right. She paid for that trip to Mecca, and that was a very important trip to him. So, and I know you're anxious to see that coming out in a minute, so I'm not gonna hold but I would want to touch on boxing since you're here.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? So but now I don't want to give the mood away, but you got to go buy this. All right, trust me, it's worth more than $5. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
Okay, it definitely is. And you might want to spread the word. Instagram, I'm gonna put on my Instagram page, and I'm gonna spread it around and let everyone know to check out 9 Wives. Okay, because you're gonna learn a lot of new things that the history books don't teach us. Right. You be like, God damn, they said this, they said that. Because I know my father was a school teacher and a principal for 36 years. And trust me, everything in them history books, he'll tell you, it's a lie. It's a lie. It's just straight up lies. So now Fred did the work. He did the inside. He talked to the inside people. And now he's what he now he's finna reap the rewards of it. All right. So but I appreciate that, man. Now, also, Eddie Hearn. Now, what's going on with Eddie Hearn, man? I mean, He said the ticket was sold out. He said the fight was sold out. Then come to find out he's apologetic for the reason why the ticket is not really sold out, but a secondary ticket seller bought them all and resold the tickets. You know, so I mean, why are you apologetic about it? I mean, didn't he get in trouble about that already?
Yeah. They definitely yelled at him. What happens in something like that? And he kind of told on himself in that interview. He said, "Well, secondary market," and then he went on and said, "Well, they're selling fake tickets because I actually know that those are fighter and family seats right there, right? So what that means is he has access to the tickets, so he sells the tickets to the secondary market."
Eddie,
and it may not be him, but it's somebody who knows Eddie that gives it to the secondary market, and he gets a kickback. Man, that's just politics as usual, man. It's no secret, man. It happens everywhere. Everybody does it, man. Don King did it. Bob Arum did it. Al Haymon does it. Eddie Hearn does it. But they can't tell the people that, hey, we selling the tickets twice. You know, well, a promoter can't say that. Come out and say that's basically what they're doing. You know, they're selling the tickets twice.
But can they go up on the ticket prices from the regular market?
Yeah, it's free market. Right. It's free market. It's based off supply and demand. The secondary market can charge anything they want. That's why they give them to the secondary market. So like when you see tickets for so let's say Deontay Wilder is fighting Anthony Joshua, tickets as low as $50. It's only 2 of those tickets.
Wow.
It's not $1,050 ticket. There's only 10 tickets at $50. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, it skyrockets. So they give 10,000 tickets to the secondary market and they resell them. You know, and that's how they do it. And it keeps everybody in business. You know what I mean? Because even when the fights don't sell, that secondary market are responsible for those tickets. You get what I'm saying? So it's just an ongoing relationship that never ever stops.
Okay, so they pretty much covered anywhere they go. So
yeah.
Okay, now Joe Diaz, you know, he had a lot to say about Manny Pacquiao, Earl Spence, and Terrence Crawford. Okay, he's pretty much saying that Terrence Crawford really don't want this fight because his philosophy is this, Fred. Yes. He wants to say that that Earl Spence is setting the tone like most guys do, not pricing himself out, but pricing himself out at the same time.
Yeah, right.
You know, but so he said that Earl Spence really don't want the fight. He say he do, but he really don't. Now, Earl Spence, like he say, and I appreciate what he said. He's not going to shit on Terrence Crawford. He's not going to shit on another black fighter, but he do want this fight, and he's going to try to work with him.
Right.
You know, but Joel Diaz, we know he was Timothy Bradley coach.
For 2 fights.
We know, right? Yeah, exactly. We know he was Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley was Terrence Crawford sparring partner a few times.
Right.
We know they are friends. So can it be something else to this? Or because I believe Earl Spence really want to unify the titles.
Yeah. Yeah. See, when people that close talk like that, they're basically saying Bob Arum and Terrence Crawford won't allow the fight to happen. And they're using their experiences to tell their truth. But they can't say, I know it's not going to happen because they did the same thing with me and Timothy Bradley. They didn't want us fighting Keith Thurman. They didn't want us fighting Victor Ortiz. They didn't want us fighting Robert Guerrero, and the list goes on and on and on. So basically, because when he was at 140, so basically, what Joel Diaz is saying is he's giving us the game plan because it's the same game plan they're going to use on Terrence Crawford that they used on Timothy Bradley. So he's telling y'all. He's basically telling y'all without giving away like snitching. They call it snitching. Yeah. So that's pretty much what he's doing.
Oh, okay. Then you have Freddie Roach.
Yeah.
Okay, long time trainer. Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao. I'm very fond of him.
Right.
But they believe that Earl Spence is flat-footed.
Yeah,
They
sure.
believe he's a flat-footed fighter, and that Manny Pacquiao pretty much will have the advantage. Only thing he can't do is stand in front of him.
Right.
Now, if Manny Pacquiao uses angles, he pretty much can get the best of Earl Spence. As most guys, as southpaws, throw the left and fall out to the right. Avoid the counterpunch.
Right.
But Earl Spence, he's flat-footed at sometimes. I think.
Sometimes. Yeah.
But sometimes when he have to pick his feet up, he gonna pick him up.
Yeah. Right.
And I think Freddie's trying to sell the fight a little bit more and trying to get into rejuvenating the fight and getting a little hype on it. And because right now both guys are laid back type guys. They're not going to talk a lot of shit to each other. They're not going to sit there and pretty much go back and forth. We remember the Floyd Mayweather days. We remember the Oscar De La Hoya days, and Floyd up there and said, Oscar talking in the suit, Floyd up there, ooh, I'm scared, all that. But you ain't gonna find that in Earl Spence. You're not gonna find that in Manny Pacquiao. But I will say this: Manny Pacquiao seems like he's going on a farewell tour.
Right.
He's stopping at police stations, policemen, and kissing babies and shit. I don't know, but so it seems like he's going on a farewell tour or something like that. But I don't know. I mean, do you think that's what's going on? You think that maybe money speaks louder than
oh yeah, for sure.
words? So
Manny will gladly come back for another paycheck, and I will say this. Don't take much stock in Freddie Roach. What Freddie Roach is saying. Freddie Roach is just a sound box, like right. He's an enjoyable interview because he's vehemently on the other side, especially if you're rooting for Earl Spence. He's going to be 100% on the other side. He's just enjoyable to watch for me. You know what I mean? And I've been covering Freddie Roach for over 10 years. So I know what I'm getting with Freddie Roach. It's like he's the guy that'll tell you want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. He'll put strawberry jam on it instead of grape. You know what I mean? He's one of them type guys, but he's fun to be around. I enjoy him, but I don't put no stock into what he says. Now, Earl Spence being flat-footed, he can be flat-footed at times. And the more powerful thing is he also can be Mikey Garcia too. He also can be Mikey Garcia, athletic, pivot, keep the distance, stay behind the jab, box the hell out of you. You know what I mean? And so I think if he goes in there with the Chris Algieri mindset and the game plan of a Mikey Garcia, Earl Spence, Manny Pacquiao will basically be a Filipino punching bag. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? He won't be able to do nothing with him. He's gonna be trying to dart in, and Earl Spence is gonna keep him out of bay. He's gonna shorten his jab. He's gonna pull his jab out a little bit further and just stick some and do some stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's just gonna be a long night for him. But what Earl Spence has a propensity to do, both of them do. They drop their right hand, and that could be a key in the fight. Manny Pacquiao drops his right hand tremendously. Earl Spence drops his right hand, especially when Earl Spence commits to a combination, he drops his hands. So. But those are cues. But Manny Pacquiao is a smaller fighter, so we'll see if he can time it up. Tank Davis did against Mario Barrios. You get what I'm saying? So it can happen. And Manny Pacquiao was 30 years in this game. So it's so you can't put nothing against him. But I see Manny Pacquiao, Earl Spence fighting with intelligence. And then in the middle rounds he'll start. Boom, 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 boom. Fee, 5, 4, 4. Fee, 5, 4. He'll start walking them down and start becoming a blob.
Exactly.
In the ring and start shrinking on Manny Pacquiao. But Earl got to be patient. Trust his Olympic pedigree. Trust Derek James' intellect. And game plan and the gifts that God gave him. And I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Well, Earl said it too. Focus. All 3 minutes of each 12 rounds. Right. You got to pay attention to the other guy. Defense is your offense, and pretty much be you. You can't fight the other guy fight, and we got Demetrius Bright, in the super chat. I appreciate you, brother. He said, salute OG Fred. Thanks for
Thank
this many name, the truth revolving around the death of Malcolm X, as well as illustrating the inequalities of the Nation of Islam. All right. Appreciate you, Demetrius Bright, in the super chat. All right. Now, one more thing about Earl Spence. Now, Earl Spence really wants to fight the Terrence Crawford fight. Now, Terrence Crawford pretty much said he's done with that. He through with that, but I really don't think he's through. Now, I didn't know, and I will say this. I will say that I thought that once he fought Sean Porter, that was his second to the last fight. I thought he had one more fight on his contract. Now, what they are saying allegedly that is his last fight on his contract.
Right.
Exactly. Now, this is the catch that caught me by surprise. Now, Bob Arum is trying to make a fight with Terrence Crawford and Josh Taylor in early 2022.
Right.
So, I mean, does that mean he's going to resign?
That means he's already resigned.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say that.
Yeah, that means he's already resigned. Yeah, but Terrence Crawford will not walk into a ring without having that extension. You know, I know Bob well. I know how he moves. I know his intellect. I done had countless conversations. We done been friends. We done been foes. We done cursed each other out. We done, you know, I mean, me and Bob done gone through the whole gamut, and he will tell you, I don't play. I don't play when it comes to with nobody. I hold my ground. But Bob Arum is one of the few men that respects me for being who I am. You get what I'm saying? Even his own staff don't like me, but Bob Arum likes me. You get what I'm saying? How weird is that? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think Bob will not lose his ace in the hole as it pertains to Terrence Crawford. If you want an example of that, that's the reason why he signed Tyson Fury. He wanted a piece of the pie. You know, he was trying to get that ESPN extension. That's why he signed Tyson Fury, to get Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Now, do you think he's going to give up Terrence Crawford, a man that he's invested in from ground zero, and say, "Oh, just go ahead and go to PBC and go fight Errol Spence"?
Right.
It'll never happen. So Bob Arum will always protect his eggs. You know, he is who he is. He's a smart businessman. Teofimo, you cross me, I'm gonna make sure Triller doesn't get in any arena in America.
Yeah.
Eddie Hearn, you gonna cross me? Well, I'm taking Top Rank to Sky Sports. You get what I'm saying? I mean, Bob is just the Mikey Garcia, you don't want to sign your extension? Well, you're not gonna fight for 2 years.
Oh yeah. I tell people, Bob, you know, he's a shit in the can, and he everything, but he's old school.
Yeah,
he's been doing this shit for 40 years or longer. You know, he say he's 89, but I think he's a little older. But but he will get his get back, and with Lopez, Triller, whatever it might be, and he always come out on top. And Todd also.
Yeah, Todd LeBlanc, who will be taking over when Bob Arum either steps aside or passes away, you know. So
yes, that's what I told everyone, that Todd would be running top.
I don't know him too well. I don't know Todd LeBlanc too well, but you know, the funny thing is, and I'm not defending Bob at all, but I'm just gonna tell the truth. We found out how much money he takes from the fighters. He takes 20% from the fighters.
Okay, I thought it was 30. Okay.
No, he takes 20% because Teofimo had to pay them 20%. Remember when they signed the deal?
Right.
And
1,000, right?
And so when you put that in perspective, that's par for course. You get what I'm saying? When you got the person that actually built you up, and then when you get to the money, it's like business. People gonna support you and pay for you, your manager, but when you go from the coffee shop to United Airlines Arena in Chicago, that's when he gets paid. And that's the same model in boxing. I thought it was 33%. You get what I'm saying? I thought it was 33 and a third. It's only 20%. So I was like, wow, that's fair, because you can negotiate it in your next contract. But when you're coming up, when a man is putting you on TV and you're getting millions of fans, and you don't have to pay for nothing and you're getting a check, I think 20% is fair. Obviously, if I'm in, I want it to be 10%, but that's the art of negotiation, you know. But I think 20% was okay. I didn't think that was extreme because Teofimo's coming into this game with nothing but talent. You know what I mean? And you can go the other way too. Well, I'm the talent, I'm the boss. I respect all that. But if you want to be on ESPN, you got to give up something.
Right.
You understand? It's some give and take. So I thought it was 33 in the third, but Bob Arum only, I'm not gonna say only takes. He takes 20%. I thought it was 13% more, you know. So and that's on par because you got to take into account, like, I would say Al Haymon probably takes 5%. You get what I'm saying? Like somewhere in there, you know. He's not taking 1%.
I thought Al Haymon was taking 15.
Yeah, see, I mean, I'm just guessing, you know. He's taking out 5-10%, sure.
Right.
That sounds about fair. And they don't, and how they make money, how they make more money is they don't have to pay the promotional fees. You get what I'm saying? So that 10% that Bob Arum takes is the 10% that the PBC fighter gets.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
So that's the so that's it. He's not. I don't believe Al Haymon's taking 20%, but I mean, each contract is different. You know, no contract is pretty much the same. You know, so
exactly. I always tell the chat that one thing about it, coming out the amateurs, Top Rank got one of the best recruiting
by far
I ever seen.
They
always get the top guys, you know, to come into the amateurs.
Right.
Then once they reach a certain, you know, a plateau, whatever, it seems like it's always a lot of controversy. I don't know if they getting a big head or Bob is not want to be give them all that money.
It's real simple. It's real simple. Do you want 100 kids that you're paying $30,000 to, and ESPN is giving you $500,000 budget? Or do you want the one mega superstar? I mean, let's take Floyd and Manny Pacquiao outside of that. There's not too many of them in the world where one fight is your whole budget for the year. You understand what I'm saying? So Bob Arum make more money when you get a kid from Mexico and he runs through the gamut and becomes exceptional. You make more money long term. Because Errol Spence is only going to have 5 or 6 fights at the top. You know, you get what I'm saying? Maybe 10, maybe, but it's not long. But I'd rather have 10 Latinos, Africans, Cubans. I'd rather have 50 of those than one Errol Spence. You get what I'm saying? So Bob Arum's business model is, I'm going to get this investment. I'm going to get this Olympian. Yeah, I can give him $100,000 advance, because I'm gonna have them for 15 fights. So within that 15 fights, I'm going to get my money back, and I'm definitely gonna get my $200,000 back. You know, whereas PBC is top heavy. They're talent heavy. Like they got what, 60% of the names in boxing, basically. You know, they're top heavy, they're strong, and that's how they make their money. So it's two different business models, you know. Where Al Haymon wants the names to push but he came in a different space. He couldn't trust developing fighters because he had to come in like a gangbuster and overpay and saturate the market space with name and popularity. So he had to go to Floyd Mayweather, Keith Thurman, Deontay Wilder, you know, and so on and so forth. Whereas Bob Arum is like, shit.
Individuality with Bob, you know.
Long
I see my money into the big boy, you know, because that's what Floyd had a problem with years ago. Oscar making 50 million per fight, and Floyd was making nothing but 3. Why Oscar get to make that, and I'm undefeated too, you know. Then Bob had to explain, because that when Bob was old school. Now he was old, he was younger. He said he don't understand that he got to get there first before he can make them type of money, you know, that type of money. So that's when he wanted to. I think he said he got a cashier's check, and I think he paid what,
750,000, which is the biggest move in boxing history, probably. You know, like I mean that, because you got to take into account that $750,000 put Al Haymon in play, put PBC in play, and ultimately revitalized Showtime. You get what I'm saying? So that was a big 750. That $750,000 goes a long way, you know, and it saved Leonard Ellaby's life. You get what I'm saying? So you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, it's that $750,000 went a long way in terms of where we are today. You know, Al Haymon should be thankful for the fortitude and the foresight of a Floyd Mayweather in that realm, you know. And I know Floyd Mayweather looks back at it and says, "Damn, I should be part owner in PBC," you know, but he's not. You know, that's one of the. I mean, he has a great voice, but he's not an owner. You know, the owners are his investors. The owners are the guys that you see in that in that hedge fund. Those are the owners.
Yeah, those are the owners, right?
Floyd ain't the owner of it. He just has a great voice. He has great influence, but he's definitely not the owner.
No. That's what Bernard Hopkins was saying. Floyd's not a boss, but he's a boss when he's a promoter.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that Mayweather Promotion, it took them a while to get licensed.
Yeah,
that's what they were doing. A lot of co-promotion.
Golden Boy. That's why I went Golden Boy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. And Oscar loved that, you know. Oscar was on top at that time, and now, you know, with the Canelo Alvarez. Now, I just want to move into Canelo Alvarez. All right. I'm not gonna hold up. I know you excited about the premiere and everything.
I'm excited to hang out. KQ, I'm excited to hang out with you, man. What are you talking about? The most beautiful bird in the world is the one in your hand.
Oh, okay. I heard
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yes, sir. I appreciate it, man. I was gonna fuck with you, but I said I ain't gonna fuck with Flair. Fred, good guy. He's a good guy. I really like his insight and everything. What's going on, Pool County boxing? What's going on? But now, speaking of Canelo Alvarez, Callan Plant. Okay, where'd that go wrong? Where it go wrong at?
I'm gonna tell y'all what I believe to be the truth, and I've made a few phone calls. I'm gonna start by saying Caleb Plant should have did everything possible to get that $10 million paycheck. Should did everything possible.
That's what I said. Yeah.
And I'll say this by him, if he fights Demetrius Bivol at a catch weight, that tells you that he wants things on his terms, and two, he's not afraid of Caleb Plant. You get what I'm saying? He just wants to fight on his terms. Now, when Al Haymon and Louis DeCoupis knows this, but Al Haymon, being the businessman, he got to protect PBC. There's nothing wrong with that. Al Haymon wouldn't bend. You get what I'm saying? Louis DeCoupis wouldn't bend. And what my only suggestion would have been, Caleb Plant should have stepped in front of both of them. Because if you get $10 million, you don't need Al Haymon or Louis DeCoupis no more.
So like I said, that's a career-ending payday. If you
and if you win, right, you're the best fighter. You become Andy Ruiz overnight. You beat Canelo.
Right.
So I thought he should have stayed in negotiations because Caleb Plant. I mean, Canelo is going to do what he do. He's going to give you a short camp. I believe he's cycling off. I just believe it. Like he's gonna. You're gonna have a 4 or 5 week camp versus Canelo. You're gonna be handicapped. You know what I mean? But you just gotta stay ready. Stay ready.
Right.
And I thought that's the one mistake that I wish Caleb Plant would have done. Would just stay attached to the negotiation. He should have been personally calling Eddie Reynoso. He should have personally been calling Caleb Plant and Eddie Hearn to see where they're at in negotiations, because if Al Haymon is running the business and he has to protect his brand,
of course,
guys got to understand that he has to protect the bigger brand, the bigger picture. Louis DeCoupis got to stay in business as well, so they don't tell you everything. You know what I mean? It's like if you got to connect on, you know, 10 birds. By the time it gets to the third person, it's going to be a cheaper deal, but the middleman still got to make some money. He's not going to see a $1 million transaction and him say, "Oh, I don't want none of it." It's business. So Al Haymon got to make money, Louis DeCoupis got to make money, and Caleb Plant got to make money. So by the time the information gets from Al Haymon, Louis DeCoupis to Caleb Plant, it's different than how it came out of Canelo's mouth. You get what I'm saying? And Canelo's in charge. You know, the same clemency I'm going to give Deontay Wilder after he beats knocks out Tyson Fury on a knife. That's the same. He's the king. The same thing I'm going to say about Earl Spence after he beats Manny Pacquiao. He's the king. So it's on his terms. So so it's the same thing. So I say this. I just wish Caleb Plant would have stepped in front of both of them. Because the last time that happened, it was a man by the name of Daniel Jacobs who made about $30 million.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So he fought everybody, and Caleb Plant could have been that. He could have been the next Daniel Jacobs. If he wins, he gets a rematch on he could have got a guaranteed $10 million. And if it could have been a clean cut. If I beat him, I get 15 in a rematch. Andy Ruiz did it.
Right.
It's the same deal. But Al Haymon wasn't invested into Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz was the Joker. Remember, he had just got cut from Bob Arum because he was fat. Right. And then he rolled and he knocked some Russian guy out. No one really cared about Andy Ruiz. So Al Haymon said, "Oh, you know, you're expendable. Go fight Anthony Joshua on 5-week notice." So how come Andy Ruiz can fight Anthony Joshua on 5-week notice, but Caleb Plant can't fight Canelo on 5 weeks notice? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But they didn't invest in him. So because all the investment was on Bob Arum.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It costs nothing to give a man $250,000 to walk into a ring, you know, when the network is paying the bill. So I thought Caleb Plant could have had that type of thing, you know, and I know we play favorites in terms of promoters, and I'm totally off of that at this point, man, because I've done been behind the scenes, and every promotional company done took my credentials. You know what I mean? EBC, Top Rank, not really the Zone, but Golden Boy. I've never applied for a credential for the Zone, but you know, so I say all that to say, stay a fan, stay your own LLC. You know, like be your own boss as it pertains to your money, your tickets for the fight. Don't fall in love with the men in suits. They're going to betray you. They're really going to betray you. You know, and you got to respect their business model. Bob Arum's been in business over 50 years. Al Haymon's been in business close to 10 now. So you got to respect. Like he's a great man with money and music. So I'm not discrediting him. I'm just saying Caleb Plant, as his own LLC and sole proprietor of his business, should have stepped in front and said, "What the hell is going on?" I know you have a business, and Louis, you have a business, but at the end of the day, I'm going to give you your cut, but I'm going over there to make this fight because I'm not leaving $10 million on the table. I would never listen. If I'm a fighter, 20 by 20 ring, I'm fighting anybody for $10 million.
Exactly.
I'm going to give you your cut. You get your cut. I'm walking in that ring September 18th.
Exactly.
And then you're going to make weight to fight Jamal Charlo for 1.3, 1.4? That's not a pay-per-view fight. It's going to be on Fox.
Yeah, Showtime probably.
Showtime. You get what I'm saying? So that was one of because keep in mind, they offered him to fight in December, but it was turned down by Team Plant, you know. So but that's the only way you're going to get a Canelo fight on a short camp.
Right.
That's the only way
that's just his advantage. So then you got the promotion. You know, they don't do a lot. Like Plant he's not a known fighter. Yeah. You know, his name don't ring out like most fighters do, like a Earl Spence or someone like that. You know, so it don't ring out like that. So but yeah, I would have went through fire and hell just to get in the ring. Yeah, okay. Like I tell everybody, you know, you got one loss on your record. That's fine. You're still a great fighter. But at least they can say that you did fight the tough ones. You did get in the ring, and you will fight anybody. Like Adrian Broner, you know, he's always in fucking trouble. He's a pain in the ass, but he will fight anybody. You know, anybody. That's one thing I can say about it.
No, he will. Yeah, he definitely will. You know, I heard someone say they want Caleb Plant getting taken advantage of. Guys, these contracts are so cut and dry. Caleb Plant will not sign a contract without a lawyer. Okay, he's not getting taken advantage of. It's business versus business model. You know, you gotta. I'm not. This is not throwing darts at Al Haymon. You guys got to take yourself out the situation and just take Al Haymon is running the business. That's why that's why his fighters don't go to the zone and fight. He wants to protect his business. That's why they don't go to Top Rank if it's not a mega fight, or it's an expendable fighter like John Molina, or Gamboa or something like that, So
right.
But he's not going to send Keith Thurman over there and have ESPN make money and get those 3 million views. It won't happen, Right. So I think we got to be cognizant of that. Al Haymon did what was right for his business, and Caleb and Canelo's doing right for what is his business. I'm in charge. I'm paying you. I put 73,000 people in this. I put 73,000 people in the stands. You didn't. And that's just it. I think all of them are great. All of them are right. All of them are right. So if Al Haymon say this won't impact my business long term, I'm stepping away. He's right. Canelo says you won't succumb to my plans, I'm stepping away. He's right. The biggest losers are the fans, because the fans want a level of compromisation, if that's a word, So that's where we're at. And then I think we become like a percentage of fools when we say, oh man, Al Haymon is right, but Canelo's wrong. No, Canelo's the ace high, and it's tough to say because he's a cheater, but boxing accepts him. If Al Haymon wants to offer him $40 million, who are we to call him a cheater? Right. That's irrelevant at this point.
Yeah. Exactly. They accepted it.
Yeah, they accepted it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So, well, Fred, I'm not gonna hold you long, man. Cause I know we got a fight in 30 minutes.
Wow, yeah. Who's fighting in 30 minutes?
Colin's fighting Kenny on ESPN Plus. Duhaney, I'm sorry. Yeah. Michael Collin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's gonna be fighting super bantamweight. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna get
the Irishman, right? The Irishman, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. If he wins this fight, he's basically in the money now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
So that'll be exciting. That'll be exciting. So yeah.
Get your tickets. I'm telling you right
now. Wise, baby. Silent heroes. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me on your platform, man. Thank you for having me. I feel like I'm smarter now. I feel like I'm wiser now. And Silent Heroes, man. SILENTHEROS on Instagram. Click the link in the bio. The reason why I was scooting up because I was messaging, going back and forth with the web designer. So we're moments away. We're moments away from it being live, and I can't wait, man. This is the film of the year. I'm
gonna get mine, and I'm gonna be sitting there watching. I'm saying, damn, man, it's something else, boy.
Yeah, it's powerful. It's powerful, man. And you've never seen it from the wives' perspective. You've never seen this story told from the wives' perspective. And I have first-person accounts. Everything that I say, every syllable in this, not just every word, but every syllable, I can back up every syllable with cross-reference facts from primary sources. So you can't come for me.
Right.
You can't come for me. I got it.
I know this man put in the work. I mean, from boxing to documentaries. I know Fred for a while now. We all know Fred from doing interviews out there in the box world before Corona hit. And now he's still doing things out there in the field, flying over here, Chicago and LA and Chicago ain't that close. West Coast over to the Midwest. I mean, that's something to say. He's putting in the leg work. He's putting in the work. He's doing what we all need to be doing, putting the truth out there. And he's putting the truth out there, and we need to support him.
Right. It's streamed. It's streamed, guys. So you'll be able to watch it on your smart TV instantly. You know what I mean? And it's going to be a great film. It's the most powerful piece of cinema you've seen this year. We've already been accepted in 2 film festivals in less than a week. So it's in Chicago. I'm at the end of the month. I'll send you the information.
Okay.
At the Tyler Man Film Festival, we'll be in that one in Chicago. So
okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
let me know.
I will.
And of course, I'll hook up with you again. I'll hook up with you. And so, hey, I appreciate you.
It's all love, big homie. It's all love, big homie.
Yes.
Love you, man. Love everybody in chat. Keep on supporting them, man. I see all the familiar faces and stuff, man. Mike. too, and everyone else, man. They always supporting you every day, man. It's
yes, they do.
It's just a beautiful thing, man. And everybody, I don't want to do a roll call because that'll take another 10 minutes. But I love you, OG, man. I appreciate y'all supporting, man, because y'all supporting the channels, man, keep us motivated to keep on creating content. And now Triple OG is doing commentary, call-ins. You know what I mean? You know, he started in the chat, right? You started in the chat, right?
Yeah.
Now you got a thriving platform, man. You second up after Trill, man. It's just a beautiful thing, man. Girl, daughters graduate from college, man.
Yes,
I don't comment, but I'll be listening. You know what I mean? So
I tell everybody, I said Fred be out, all about, and he be listening and everything. So.
Yeah. So thank you, man, for having me on your platform, man. And
no problem.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to have a toast next time I'm in Chicago, man. Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I love y'all, man. Thank you for having me. 9 Wives, man. Go to my Instagram. We're moments away. We're moments away.
All right. Wow. All right, then.
Love y'all, man. Peace.
Yeah. All right. All right, people. There it is. Fred for Barbershop Conversation. All right. Good insight. 106 people here. Let's have 100 likes. All right. Show your love. Because right now we're going to take a break. We're going to come back in 30 minutes. It is fight afternoon. I am going to call a fight on ESPN Plus. All right. And yes, we are getting it in. And this is my Michael Collin do or die fight. All right. He will be the main event. And he will be fighting at super bantamweight. And this is where this counts. This is where the big bucks start rolling in. So now, I don't know if you're a betting man or not, but I got Michael Collins winning this fight. And tomorrow, we won't have a call-in show because we're going to be calling a fight during that call-in show. Wow. Yes, sir. We got a fight tomorrow. We got Kid Gallahan, baby. Yes, sir. We got Kid Gallahan. That's right, on the zone. And you know how the zone do it? They right there at 2 o'clock tomorrow. And yes, sir, we're going back. We're going back tomorrow night. Wow. The singing OG is doing overtime like nothing else, right? Yes, sir. We're going back to PBC tomorrow night. All right. I mean, we calling fights 2 days in a row. I'm talking about 3 fights in 2 days, baby. Wow. All right. And make sure you check out my brother Fred from Barbershop Conversations. I mean, 9 Wives is about to hit the screen. All right. We talking about only $5. You can stream that shit. You can do whatever you want. All right. And I appreciate it. See, like I tell you, we all are different, but we all are there when we need it. All right. And that brother is a good brother. And he came to Chicago and did a little research here because, Louis Farrakhan is here and most of the Nation of Islam. This is the headquarters of the Nation of Islam, of all the mosques. Mosque 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all everywhere, all over the country. This is the headquarters. All right. So with that, I want you to take a break. All right. And be right back here. All right. For Michael Collins. Yes, sir. He's going to be doing a thing, but we have undercards. All right. I believe it's a woman's fight on there also. So I want you all to come back and we're going to call a fight. Yes, during the day. Tomorrow during the day is going to be a DAZN fight at 2 o'clock Central Time. That's 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to be doing our thing. Look, man, we doing our thing over here at KQ. You got to understand it. You got to see it. This shit is growing. All right. It is growing. It's growing. It's growing. All right. So, and I appreciate my brother Fred out his busy schedule. He took out the time to come and share some insight about his documentary that's coming out. And I'm telling you, when I say he worked hard, he worked hard. He reached in his own pocket. He reached in his own pocket and did this all on his own. Yeah, he supports my daughter too. That's in college and about to pledge. And he's a good guy, just a damn good guy. He's been doing this shit for a long time, and I look up to guys like that, So, so please check him out. All right. And like Mike 202 say, go to the Instagram. All right. All right. Go to his Instagram or check him out. Okay. And I appreciate everybody that came in here. And Demetrius Bright, I didn't see the super chat because I didn't want to interrupt Fred from Barbershop Conversation. But I will say, Demetrius Bright in that super chat. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Demetrius Bright. All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Thank you for the super chat. All right. Now I know I had somebody else, but I forgot who it was. But that's okay. I'll check it out and I'll do that. All right. Yes, sir. So with that, that's all I have for right now. I know this is a short live stream, but like I say, the fight starts at 2, so I had to cut it short. All right. But okay, OG, there is an ESPN card tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Then the zone at 2 p.m. Then PBC at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Wait a minute, let me make that big. Wow. Now look at this. OG, there's an ESPN card tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Then the zone at 2 p.m. Then PBC at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Big day of boxing. Everyone will get their fix in boxing tomorrow. God damn. Well, I mean, you all asked for boxing, and you're getting it. I mean, listen, we went through the coronavirus, and it was a doozy, right? Now, of course, yours truly kept it boxing. All right. I think me and Blue Blood. All right. I think me and Blue Blood kept it straight boxing. Because see, they was making deals. The fights you seeing today, the coronavirus, they made that during the coronavirus. They made these fights then. Now, not Canelo and none of them, but they made them then. And here we are. Here we are. Now, someone put that Instagram in there for Flower, my sister Flower, my queen. All right. She want to know the Instagram handle so she can the Instagram page name, so she can check it out. All right. All right. 'Cause I don't know it by heart offhand. Okay. So if anybody knows it by hand, please put that in there for Flower 22. All right, because it's only $5, and you get the chance to check it out. And like I say, this is Fred's. This is Fred's. Okay, all right. There you go, right there. Underground Asylum, got it right there. Flower. Okay. Here I'm gonna put it on the screen, and that way you can see it. Okay, there you go. It's called Silent Heroes. Okay. Now, that gonna be a powerful, powerful truth telling about Elijah Muhammad. Okay. Now, I do attend the mosque. For those that don't know, my family is Baptist, but I do attend the mosque Moran, all right, which is Louis Farrakhan Mosque, okay, which is the headquarters of the Nation of Islam. But with that, it doesn't matter if it's Allah, God. It doesn't matter. We all serve one God, and this is going to be a very powerful message. So I want you all to check it out. All right, and Fred, he's doing good. He's doing a great job. So with that, let me stop talking. So y'all got a few minutes, get some water, and get back. It's the correct spelling. Oh, okay. Can they put this on here? Okay, underground. Okay, there you go. All right, Silent Hero. There you go, right there. Okay, that's the correct spelling. Okay, all right, there you go. All right, now let me get out of here, and I'll be right back, and we're gonna get back on ESPN Plus. All right, thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for checking out Fred from Barbershop Conversation. Great brother. Thank you. I forgot to end the broadcast. I'm a dumbass. Man, I'm trying to rush on out. All right. But peace and love to everybody. All right. All right. Now I